hope everyone is well across Australia and New Zealand today. And we're just going to give everyone a minute to join. It's great to see so many familiar faces that have come on and signed up for our Visit Utah Walker Tracker How-To webinar today. But if you can do me a favor and just give me a comment in the chat box on the right, or maybe a quick wave, or tell us if you've already signed up for Walker Tracker, or if you're here to kind of learn how to do it, or how to invite a teammate. Just let us know you can hear us okay and see us okay. We'll be small today in the top right of your screen because we're just doing a bit of a screen share as well. Amazing. Great to see you, Dana and Sandy, Lauren. Awesome. Everyone's lots signed up and probably more teams to come. So with that said, let's get started. For those of you that I haven't met personally, my name is Corey Marshall, and I'm fortunate enough to be the account director for the Australia New Zealand market for Utah. And I am joined today live on your screen by the CEO of Walker Tracker, Taylor Welsh. She's going to be taking you through our How-To Walker Tracker webinar program. But just before we do that, a bit of background. So I've been working for the Utah Office of Tourism for the past 9 years, and I've spent a ton of time traveling around the state. From what you see today, I've walked it, hiked it, abseiled it, mountain biked it, rappelled it, and rafted it. And I've actually done it in person. As destination marketers, we've been trying to come up with unique ways for you, for all of us really, and across Australia and New Zealand, who are at home, waiting for our borders to reopen, to educate ourselves and to kind of be inspired for future travel. And so when we found out about Taylor and her team at Walker Tracker, we kind of approached them with this whole new destination partnership in mind, and to create a Utah version of a Walker Tracker program. Not only that, but to kind of have our key trade and media partners be able to register with us and then go on a virtual walk using your steps in your own backyard across the state as you do so, create a co-opetition environment, get us outside and healthy, promoting a healthy lifestyle, and really so much more. You can compete against your colleagues, you can compete against your friends, but the whole goal with this is, as you'll see in all of our correspondence, is that it's a completion challenge and not a race. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. But I am sure there's some out there that I've already seen them steps recording, that do massive amounts of steps, and that's great. They can have their own personal goals, but our goal is to get as many of you across the challenge before December 18th as we can. If you have any questions as you go along, please go ahead and type them into the box, and I'll make sure that Taylor or myself answer those before the end of the webinar. And now it gives me great pleasure to turn things over to Taylor, who, like I said, is behind Walker Tracker and has been amazing. Her and her team have been amazing to work with as we kind of brought this to life over the course of the last 5 months. So Taylor, over to you.
Thanks so much, Corey. First, I'm going to apologize. There's probably a slight delay. I'm calling in. Well, I'm actually in Mexico at the moment, but we are from Portland, Oregon. My name is Taylor. I am the CEO at Walker Tracker, and I've been here for 10 years. We've had the pleasure of working with organizations all over the world in over 100 countries. So it's really great to be speaking with all of you today. I'm going to walk us through some of the basics of Walker Tracker and how you guys will be able to utilize it to track your steps, to get moving a little bit more, and hopefully motivated to get out of the house. I know we all need it right now. I've actually been to Utah many times because Portland's very close to Utah. So I'm very lucky also to have done a lot of these journeys as well. All right. So when you go to visitutah.walkertracker.com, that is where we'll take you to register. There is some information on that homepage that'll be useful once you're logged into the platform. But all you need to do is click on Register Now on the right side of this page. I'll quickly go over the application, the mobile application, and how you can register there as well at the end of this. However, you just need a couple of pieces of information. You'll need an email address, and then you'll add some info that'll help us to better utilize the platform to group you guys into interesting analytics. And then after that, you'll be able to just log in or stay logged in on the app. So here's the basic form of your registration process. You'll select your country from a drop-down as well, and then you'll be able to see all the other folks within your country under that tab there. So once I'm logged into my Walker Tracker platform, you will see on the right side of the page, I'm able to upload a profile picture. I'm also able to connect a device. And so these two steps are pretty important when you're getting onto the site. You want to have some sort of representation of, who you are, what you're about, whether it's a picture of your dog, if you kind of want to be incognito, or it's a picture of your face and you want to share who you are. We do sync with all the major wearable devices. So you may be using a Fitbit or a Garmin or a Misfit or an Apple Watch. You're able to connect all of those options within this page right here. And then you're also able to sync over from a mobile app. So if you use Map My Run, Map My Fitness, MyFitnessPal, and some of those other applications, you're able to get those steps in that way as well. All right, your next step once you're on the platform is to create a team. So this is totally optional. However, if you want to recruit your friends, family, or colleagues to join this event, you'll go over to the Teams tab and you'll click on Create a Team. Once you've created your team, you're able to share that fairly easily with just a link or an email from the site. And right after you click Create a Team, you'll easily be able to see where that lives. You also have the opportunity to kind of share some of your personality as you create your team. So we have the Adventure Destinations folks down here. I love that logo. If you guys are out there, wonderful job. So share a little bit of your personality there. Invite your friends, invite your colleagues, get them to join with you. We're definitely stronger together in this. And then you will select your challenge. So under the Challenges tab at the top of the page there, you'll be able to see there are 4 distinct challenges here. So for you folks joining today, Australia and New Zealand, you can either join the individual challenge, the team challenge, or you can join both. Of course, you'll have to have a team in order to join the team, so that's going to happen first before you join the team challenge. But if you're just walking solo, you'll be able to compete against individuals instead of teams. All right, so once you're in there, you'll see your challenge. Fairly easy to see that. And you'll just click in there to be able to see the map route. So as you can see here, we are walking all over Utah to some of the most beautiful national parks, at least in my country. And you'll have a little pacer. So as you move along this virtual map route, you're going to see this pacer rabbit. And he's going to keep the pace for you along the way so that you know if you're getting there ahead or behind the pace. You can also compare yourself to other folks. And as you walk along this map route, you'll also be able to see these milestone pens that you pass. So you have to earn them along the way, but once you hit those milestone markers, you'll unlock all of the information. So whether it's photos, videos, or content, like this one right here at Bryce Canyon, you'll get a notification on your mobile app if you're using it, or a ping to your email address letting you know that you've passed and unlocked a new national park. All right. So we also have a concept of badges. These awards and incentives will pop up on the site once you pass or make a certain achievement. So what we're looking at right now is activity-based achievements. So if you hit a daily record, if you've met a certain goal, if you've had a goal streak, you've hit your goal 14 days in a row, for example, you're going to earn a badge. Again, you'll get pinged when that happens, so you'll always know, and you can always check in on your badges on this tab here. All right, oops, pardon me. Moving back to settings. So that was the quick tour, but when you go into the platform to set everything up, it's very easy to change your profile picture if you want to throughout the site. Of course, you're always able to change your password, add your name if you'd like to. This is a direct link to download the mobile apps. And then also, if you want to connect your device, you can do it there. So there's a recap of those devices I mentioned earlier. All right. So here's where you can start to share some of your experience with everybody else that's on the platform. So when you click add an entry, if you're doing this manually, you are able to upload a picture. It's a lot easier on the mobile app, I'll be honest, because you're out there snapping photos while you're on the run. So those can be automatically pulled in through the mobile app. And you can also add a journal entry. So you can share your experience along the way. You have complete control over who sees this. So there's a little drop down that's auto-selected to anyone. You can make sure that's private if you only want to share it with yourself, or you can select it to be shared with only your friends within the platform. You're also able to comment on your friends' step entries if you want along the way, encourage them, make sure they know that you see them and that you're with them. Friends tab is just going to hold all your friends so you can communicate with them whenever you'd like. You can always remove friends, or you can cross compare some of your stats. And then the news feed. So the news feed is where you're going to see all of those things come to life. So I just mentioned you can add photos, you can add content, and this is where you'll have a long scrolling feed or news feed that you can comment, add people as friends, and see what's going on throughout the experience. All right, really quickly, I'm going to shift through those app screenshots. So when you download the mobile app, which is just called Walker Tracker, you'll see this screen, and you're going to want to click on create a new account. Once you do that, you'll be brought into this page where you need to enter that visitutah.walkertracker.com URL. And then you'll be taken directly to your specific site where you'll answer some questions and then be shepherded into the platform. All right, Corey.
Cool. So thanks, Taylor, for that quick overview, obviously. A few questions have come up. One I'll kind of reference to start with. So guys on the call, to complete the challenge, if you haven't seen, you have to average 6,000 steps per day to complete the challenge across either the team challenge or the individual challenge. For the team steps, the way the system, I believe, calculates, correct me if I'm wrong, Taylor, is it takes your teammates and averages your steps together for each individual day. So as a team, you need to make sure that, you know, if you have two people that are at 7,000 and one of your teammates is only at 1,000, your average is going to fall below that 6,000 level. So it truly is a team challenge. You will notice that with the way we have things set up, you're not able to personally adjust your steps. However, that's okay because you can have your own individual goals as well. So you can set your own goals, see how your data is your data. So that's one thing we just wanted to make sure we addressed. The one question I did have, Taylor, was, if you're hopefully still there, is if people can add steps manually, can they make manual entries, and how is that done? I'm not sure if you heard me, Taylor.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't have to have a device. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. You don't have to have a device. You can manually enter their steps. So if you're using a manual entry pedometer that you're clipping onto your waist, you'll be able to manually enter your steps on browser or on the mobile application.
Cool. And then another question just came up. Obviously, the question is how you sync each day. And so what you do need to do each day, it will sync, but you have to log into the Walker Tracker app and literally like drop down with your, like whatever you call that, refresh the app to sync. So it's not as simple as just, it's going to automatically communicate just once a day. We recommend you log in, you hit the Walker Tracker, and you pull down and everything syncs. The program URL is visitutah.walkertracker.com, and we'll be sending a follow-up to this with a copy of the recording as well, in case you wanted to share it out with your teammates or anyone else that you'd like to get involved with you. Our official challenge, as a reminder, starts October the 15th, so in 2 days' time, and we're ready to go. Another question is about non-travel related people joining us. Unfortunately, this is for travel trade and for media. So we really want you to get your colleagues involved and your media colleagues involved that are in the business of kind of promoting and inspiring travel. And so that's what we've set this up for. The last one, so the app, Taylor, can be downloaded from App Store and
yes.
Everyone else. Yep.
So iOS is on your Apple App Store, and then Android devices, just Google Play Store.
Cool.
And you'll just search for Walker Tracker.
And great. And then the other thing I will just kind of reiterate that Taylor mentioned, and I just want to, again, you're the CEO, so you're the boss. So when they load a profile photo, whether it's their dog or cat or favorite Utah landmark or themselves, mine's of me, when the challenge actually starts, that profile photo will appear on the map versus other photos and where they're at versus their colleagues or competition or whatever. Correct?
Exactly. Yes. Your avatar.
So if you have no photo, then you'll have just a blank avatar, which isn't as very much fun, and you can't see where everyone is. So I do encourage everyone to do that. I see some questions about syncing. So I will definitely send out and follow up to this. There's a great Walker Tracker has a how to sync section with all of the troubleshooting tips. It's incredible. And normally most of those are covered off in that landing page. So I'll make sure we send that out to everyone. And again, I just encourage everyone to post socially. Taylor, you've been doing this a long time. Any other tips or tricks you want to tell anyone about using the app before I kind of just conclude and give them an update on the prize package?
Ooh, prize package. Yeah. I would say if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We have a support staff that is ready to answer those questions. So if you have syncing questions and you don't want to dig through a lot of documents, feel free to reach out to our support team. You just click on help in the top right-hand side of the page or email them directly, and it's just support@walkertracker.com. So any syncing questions you have, let us know. We're happy to troubleshoot with you and make sure that that's working before this kicks off.
Okay, a couple other questions are coming up now. It's good. So that's what we expect. So it's just, if I log into the mobile app, it shows the challenges, but how do I join? Because I know on the website, there's the join button. Is there that same thing in the mobile app?
Yes, you should be able to click on the challenge and then see a join option. So you have to select the challenge first. Yeah.
Julia, I'll come back to you after this with regards to the manual step entry. She can't see the join option for the challenge. It could be that, Karen, I know you may already be signed up for the challenge, so, but it hasn't officially started, so I think you're good, to be honest, from memory, but I think you're all signed up. That's why you probably don't see join anymore, because I don't see join on mine because I'm signed up for the challenge. So.
Yeah, that's a really good point. If you have a challenge loaded in there, you're likely already in it and don't need to join, but we can check that out after the webinar and make sure.
And to be honest, guys, if you haven't joined a challenge as of the start date, we are going to manually enter you into the individual challenge tomorrow at the end of the day. So you will end up being in the Australia-New Zealand challenge. So that's good. In regards to a couple of incentives we already have going on. So one is the big prize at the end of this for the completion. So if you finish the individual challenge, you will get one entry into our draw. And if you finish the team challenge, you as an individual will get one entry into our draw. At the end of the campaign, 4 lucky individual winners. So it doesn't mean your team gets to go, but individually, one of you from your ballot will be going to Utah at some stage in 2021, once it's safe, of course, to do so, and we are able to open our international borders, likely hosted by Karen or myself at the end of this. So it will be a great time to get back to Utah and explore. And thanks very much to our partners, Delta Airlines, for providing the tickets via Sydney, and that's part of the terms and conditions in the new travel world, to get us to Utah from Sydney and back. And then obviously the winners will have to make their way to and from Sydney, and we'll support you in doing as much as we can to get there and back. So that's cool. That's the big prize at the end. Other prizes will happen as we go along. So be prepared. And I just want to make sure that everyone has authorized the Walker Tracker email to come into their inbox. Mine just comes automatically. I know sometimes the junk filters pick them up. So just make sure that you've done that, because we will be announcing mini challenges along the journey with you. So it might be a weekend warrior challenge. It might be a social challenge. It might be other things. So along our walk, we'll have mini challenges as well. So stay tuned for those. One incentive we have currently going until the end of the day on Thursday is Part of your registration process, you'll see that we've asked who referred you. So if you are referring colleagues, anyone whose name that gets mentioned will go into a draw, and we're providing a couple of winners, a custom Utah walking tee and a $50 shopping voucher for being a referral for us. So keep sending referrals out. You can send that visit utah.walkertracker.com link out, and just make sure they mention you, and you'll be entered into that draw as well. I think from that end, that's pretty much it from How to Walker Track Utah. It all gets underway on Thursday. I know I'm someone signed up. Watch out for the Utah Canuck Kiwi team. But we're just really excited to go on this journey with you and through till December 18th. You can, of course, reach out to our team as well at any time. We're connected with Taylor and her group. I just want to finish by thanking Taylor. This is a really incredible partnership for us, and it's been incredible to work with you along this journey. We're excited to get underway. And I guess just to leave everyone with a little bit more inspiration, we may as well show a quick Utah video. The link you send is simply visitutah.walkertracker.com. Send it out to any of your industry colleagues. In the meantime, let's check out a little bit more about Utah, and we'll send this recording out as well, everyone. So see you walking on Thursday.
Picture this, your next trip, Utah, 5 national parks. First,
picture this, your next trip, Utah, 5 national parks. First, Edina, you're walking, the ground rises, the ground drops.
Riding a mule under giant orange drip castles. You are not dreaming, you will not forget this. On to Capitol Reef. Take the scenic route, the really scenic route. Take a path you've never taken and see the stars for the first time. Now for Canyonlands. You're riding a bike. You're riding a bike on Mars. Now you're riding the rapids. Class 2, Class 3, Class 4, Classic. Arches, 5:32 a.m. Some things are worth racing the sunrise for. The horizon lightens. You round the corner. Whoa. This is Life Elevated. The Mighty 5. 5 iconic parks, 1 epic experience. Plan your trip at visitutah.com.